So another track from scratch video. Today we have the XY instrument device. Also today we'll have a limit of 30 minutes and we will see if we can start at least the beginning of a track. So I'm going to start the clock and let's see what we have here. So we can load up to 4 instruments. I thought at the beginning I will load just 2 and maybe crossfade between them and see how it works. So let's start with A here. Maybe we go with polymer because it's quite versatile. And let's go, you know what, let's start already with a sequence here, maybe of 7/16 notes, maybe change the BPM here to something a bit quicker, maybe let's go 126, and let's say with G, I don't know, let's start with G, but maybe change this, maybe the one instrument can be like a swarm, this can be nice, let's see. Right, so let's go G, maybe with some space, right? So let's say, okay, let's create the rhythm first. So this will be, let's say, the rhythm, right? Right, and this will be the sequence for now. Right, let's say that this will be the sequence for now and then we can create some variation for it. But let's say this will be the first voice, a bit more percussive maybe. And maybe, you know, maybe we can have also some variation in length for the notes. Right, something like this. Right, and maybe, you know, maybe we can add also effects. You know what, let's go with a delay, a pitch shifter delay. This is something I do a lot. I will add a chain, and inside the chain I will use 2 pitch shifters. One will go down, one will go up, mix all the way up. Right, and we get a sort of a, maybe some reverb here. I have here send reverb with supermassive, of course. Right, but now we get a sort of a granular delay, and I can, because I added this inside the chain, I can have a mix control. Right, something like this. And maybe, after the chain, also a filter plus, just so it has some movement. Right, so it becomes darker and brighter, maybe every 5 bars, let's say. And it goes a bit left, a bit right. Right, so this will be one device here on the A, and now on the B, let's have something else. Let's have another polymer, but maybe a wavetable. I have here some favorites that I saved. Let's say with this one. And a bit spread also with unison. Right, and this will be less percussive, so this will be more sustained, let's say, with some random modulation here. Right, this doesn't have to be polyphonic. Right, something like this. Actually, you know, we can add a bit of percussiveness with the second envelope here for the noise. Right, something like this. Let's leave this open. Right, the filter, leave it open for now. Let's see. Right, yes, okay, so also here I would like to add maybe some blurs and then, no, you know what, maybe first again another filter plus. There we had 5 bars. Let's have here 4 bars, just so it's a bit different. And then maybe a few blurs. So I will add another chain here, Again, just so I have a wet control here, mix control, maybe 3 blurs, each of them with a different settings. With different settings. Alright, maybe something like this. And you know what, even another pitch shifter to take it up an octave just a bit. Right, and then dry signal. A bit of blur and pitch shifting. Right, something like this. And the nice thing here, because I don't have anything on C and D, we can crossfade also to silence. Right, so let's now modulate the X with smooth random modulation. Right, maybe with bigger jumps here on the feedback settings here. Right, maybe slower. And then we can have something rhythmic, maybe the wavetable LFO here, or just an LFO. We'll see if this will be we'll change maybe the wavetable, we'll see, but this can be synced maybe to a bar and unipolar modulating the Y. Right, something like this. So now instead of bar, no, you know what, let's just go with a different shape here, I don't know. We can use the randomness here to modulate also the index of the wavetable. Right, maybe this A instrument, this swarm, can be an octave up. Okay, and then it will not modulate the Y all the way, because I want still that it's audible. Right, and now quickly, let me just, I need a bit more volume on my end. I will just create a few variations here, so I will duplicate this once, twice, let's say 4 times. The three first ones will move to the next, will play the next block here after 4 times, and the last one will go back to the top, play first after 4 times. Right, and now we have 1, and then here let's change things. Maybe this one, now I have always to hit play here, sorry. Yes. Right, and then again 1, and then here, maybe we can have C, and then D, and then E flat, and then another one, maybe another F. But maybe it's a bit... That's a bit too much. Let's delete this for a second, and maybe the F, you know what, maybe the F can be here. Right, something like this. Let's see if this works. And then we can have a nice bass drone maybe. Maybe we'll add a kick first. Right, let's start. Let's add a kick here. I don't know, maybe not too busy, maybe too busy. I don't know. Let's see. We had 7 steps. I don't know if if we should go, let's say, with 8 steps. Let's see how this will sound like. I need to change here. Right, maybe more sensitivity, velocity, sorry, and then maybe this one can be a bit less. This can be all the way up. And we can add even more sort of ghost notes with the delay. I'm going to add, what should I do? Just the delay plus. Let's go with the multiband effects 3. Let me solo this for a second. Right. Just on the mids here, I will add a delay plus. Right, and on the highs, maybe different time. Punch, a bit more click. I don't know if I want a bass drone or a bass rhythmic bass, we will see. Let's go with another XY instrument, and let's start with the polysynth. This is my go-to for bass sounds or bass voices. And let's see, let's just listen to the kick for a second. You know what I like doing? I like just copying the kick clip, and then I can work around it. We set G, let's say G for a second, right? Maybe something like this. Maybe here a longer note. Something like this maybe. Right, and then I have the notes here. Okay, so let's go here with this mixing mode, or maybe the maximum. Right, let's make this more percussive. Oh yeah. Right, maybe add a bit more. Do we have the chorus here? No, let's go with the chorus here. For a second, mix all the way up. You know what? Instead of on everything, I'm going to use the multiband effects, and maybe, maybe the multiband effects too. Do I have it here? Let's see. Band. Oh, palach, banana. Band. And then just on the higher frequencies here. Am I on the highs? No, now I'm on the highs. The chorus plus. Mix all the way up for a second. Right? You know what? Mix all the way up, it can stay. No, not mix all the way up, something like this. Right, this is cool. Of course, the level is way too hot now. Let's take this a bit, let's say, I don't know, -6. Just looking in relation to the kick drum, maybe even lower. Right, so this will be one voice. Right, and then on B, let's have again this swarm. down. And you know what I will do? Instead of having the filters just on the voice themselves, I will add the post effects, another filter plus. Maybe even with some hit, or maybe let's go with push. Oh my god, yes. And then here, right, I can open this even more also on the second voice. Right, because then I have it here. Right, I have it here. I have it after the XY instrument. Let's have here another voice. Maybe something, you know what? Maybe a kick. Maybe a kick tuned. Right? Without punch. But with click. Right? Right. And then maybe... What can we do? Oh, maybe a nice phaser. Let's go with phaser on the mids. Oh, I like this sound. So quick. Something like this. And on the high is a nice delay. Right? Oh yeah. Right, and then here maybe you can do something else. Maybe with a phase 4, maybe something like this. Let's go maybe with modulating it with the yellow. Oh yeah. Right, and we can have another layer. Right, don't forget we have also a filter here, right? So it will not be always so bright. And maybe here, let's go again with the multiband effects. Maybe for the mids. Maybe the frequency shifter has a delay actually. And maybe modulating the width here at audio rates with a wavetable LFO, maybe for now just a sine wave, and set this to pitch, so it's at audio rates. Right? Maybe multiplied by 4. And now the highs, there is nothing for the highs. How come there is nothing for the highs? Wow, there are no highs in... How can this be? Quite a bright sound. Did I put it after the post effects? No, I didn't. That's weird. But now there are highs. Haha. Let's have maybe some distortion with amp. And then maybe, yeah, maybe a pitch shifter going up. now what I will do, I will modulate this. We have 10 more minutes more or less. Modulate this with the steps. Let's say, yeah, let's leave it as at quarter notes, more smooth. Randomize this a few times. This will be the X. And then another steps here again, quarter notes. You know what, let's go here with 8 steps just. Randomize this a few times, smooth, and this will be the Y. So this. Right, and now the post effects again we have here. Right, maybe, you know, maybe the Y can still be 16, but I just want it to stay down a bit. Right, so here we have a filter. And after the filter, delay. Right, maybe we can even make something better here. This will go just on the mids, and on the highs delay with a different opalach, delay 2, okay, and some reverb. Right, and maybe make this 3 bars long. And here, you know what, with the first, this sequence, I do want it to go more to silence. So the Y, what was it here? The Y will be a bit more. How do I go out of it now? This one. Right, will be a bit more also in silence because it's a bit too repetitive. Something like this. We just have 3 voices, that's crazy. Let's see if we can create something also for some noise, like hi-hats and stuff like this. Maybe I will just add, oh, you know what, let's use stepwise actually. Let's use stepwise. And let's go with A, let's use the ride, for example. And let's have, no, you know what, without. Right, with 15 steps. Something like this, and maybe here, oh, you know what, maybe with. This, and then maybe with pitch, because here I'm going to use, let's say, 7. And now I don't know if I would use the same steps or stepwise for everything. Let's see, let's have here, instead of the ride, let's go with the hat. With some delay plus. Right. Maybe this can be a bit lower volume. And I will also sidechain everything to the kick drum, so there is even more movement. So let's use here even more noise. Maybe a snare. No, without movement here. Something like this, and maybe with a nice pitch shifter. and maybe some reverb, because again I'm going to sidechain everything. Let's go now to D, and let's use maracas. Something like this, some delay. You know, let's go with some filter plus also. Maybe 5 bars. Maybe before the delay. And now modulate this. Let's go again with steps. But in this case, we will have different lengths. So let's say here we will have. Let's go here with, let's say, 12 steps. And even not, like not smooth, so it's not morphing, it's just switching. What was it here? 12 steps. Let's go here with 10 steps. Right, and then post effects, I want even more reverb on everything. And then after the reverb, I'm going to use again the multi-band effects. The lows I will take all the way out. Let me solo this for a second. Right? I'm going to use here the ducking, the audio sidechain with the kick out, and the mids quite a lot. Right? And then solo the highs. Right, something like this. Let's call this noise. Right, so we have some texture here. Quite nice. Maybe just my signature. Just quickly for another voice, my signature snare that I always use, just with note repeats and decay all the way down, output all the way down, and then the steps on 16th notes, and it's just rising here, let's say, with the decay also. A bit smoothness maybe. Right, something like this. Maybe, you know what, maybe 32 notes, and then a bit of a longer rise. Right? Maybe with some randomization on the velocity, okay, also on the panning. Something like this. Just for more texture, right? But that was it. We have 10 more seconds. I don't think I will add anything, but that was the XY instrument device. Sequences, a bass, a nice bass we created, some noise. It was cool, it was fun, at least for a nice beginning of a nice track. But that was it for today. Thank you again so much for watching. Cheers!